Welcome to Dealer Ads Online. My name is Scott Brown, and we're going to talk about the Daddy's Little Girl event. So what is a Daddy's Little Girl event? Well, when looking for new and different events, remember that the ready-made situation in life where people are already buying cars are sometimes your best opportunities. And this event takes advantage of the real-life situation where a father buys a new car for his daughter. The next step is figuring out just exactly who it is you're selling this event to. Now, a word of caution. These are just assumptions used to illustrate the concept of this event. You should trust your own knowledge of your customer base when making this event your own. We start by listing everyone who's involved in the purchase. We start with Dad. He supplies the cash and ultimately approves the deal. Then there's Mom, likely to have a big say in how the family cash is spent, therefore must be on board. And then, of course, there's Daddy's little girl. She's the one that is likely to respond to the event in the first place and press her parents for the sale. Now, all have a say, and any can kill the sale, and all have different concerns and priorities. Let's take a look at what's important to Dad and figure out where he's looking. Number 1, affordability. Dad has to be able to afford the car. Number 2, value. He wants to get the most car for the least amount of money. Number 3 is safety. After all, we are talking about his daughter. And reliability. He doesn't want her to get stranded anywhere. And the daughter's approval. She has to drive the car around. It has to be one that she likes. And what kind of media concerns does Dad have? Well, Dad usually looks at the business section, perhaps the cable news, sports, the game, local golf course, golf carts, talk and sports radio perhaps. Let's move on to Mom and figure out what's important to her and where is she looking. Number 1 would be safety. This is her little girl. Number 2 would be value. She has a keen interest in where the money gets spent, and she wants to get more car and spend less money. And then practicality. Is it going to be a useful car for her daughter? And finally, the daughter's approval. This is a car that her daughter has to drive around, and she wants her to feel comfortable in it. What kind of media is Mom involved in? Well, the living section of the paper perhaps, the local news, the easy listening radio, HGTV, perhaps Food TV, the Lifetime Network, daytime TV, the local shopping mall. And finally, what's important to Daddy's little girl, and where is she looking? Well, high on that list will be, is it a socially acceptable car? Is she driving a cool car, one that she's proud to be seen in? Number 2 would be, is it reliable? She doesn't want the car to break down and get stuck someplace. Not likely to be overly involved in the price because Dad is likely to be footing the bill, although still involved in the buying process and must be addressed by the dealer. Where is she looking? MTV, UPN, E! Entertainment Channel, high school sports section, the movie listings, dance and alternative radio stations, and possibly word of mouth from her peers. By targeting your message to the targeted media and addressing each concern of each decision maker, you turn an everyday purchase into an opportunity for your dealership to get to the top of each person's consideration set. While in the living section, you address Mom's concerns about safety and perhaps customer service, and in, say, the high school sports section or the movie listings, you talk about how it's a cool car, therefore you get to the top of the consideration set of Daddy's little girl. Everybody involved in the decision-making process has therefore been addressed. As with any event, the keys to success are getting noticed with an attractive, succinct, and strategic message, tailor your communication to your media, and tailor your media to your target. Find new markets within old ones, try new ideas in new places in new ways, and finally, the benefits that you portray to the consumers have to be relevant. They have to be things that they care about when they're in the market to buy a new car. Hopefully this presentation has provided you with some new ideas and a fresh perspective for marketing your dealership and winning over customers.